Plan and execute, plan and execute, plan and execute. For the longest time, and even still now, get these little ideas of something great. Like, what if I did this? Or I could do that. So I start drafting it out, making a full in-depth plan to map out my thoughts on a Google slide or doc. Almost like a perfect blueprint to success. Every detail has to make sense. Every step has to be perfect and understood all the way to the end. Because if it's not perfect, then what's the point? But that's where I get stuck. I procrastinate on what matters because the plan keeps growing and growing. And somehow it never feels ready enough to act on. There's just always something to fix, always something to improve, something to clarify and articulate before I start. So the idea just sits there in this sort of planning phase, remaining untouched. And I tell myself I'm being productive, but really, I'm just avoiding the part that actually matters. Execution. There's this quote that goes, "A goal without a plan is just a dream." But no one really talks about the latter half of that. Because a plan without execution isn't that much different. You see, it's still just an idea or a dream until you act upon it. And honestly, a perfect plan doesn't exist. Because you don't figure everything out before you start. You figure it out by starting. The messy attempts, the trial and error, doing something bad just to make it better later. That's the part I kept skipping. I wanted clarity before action, but clarity comes from action. So now I'm trying something different. Instead of asking, what's the best way to do this? I'm asking, what's the simplest way to start? Even if it's bad, even if it doesn't match the vision in my head. Here I am starting something, a visual piece that I only decided to draw about 10 minutes ago. Not perfect by any means, but it exists. It serves as proof of a true beginning, which is what matters.